Damian Lillard is recruiting Kevin Durant to the Portland Trailblazers. This comes at a time where Kevin Durant's future in Brooklyn is very much in doubt, given the fact that there's talks of Kyrie Irving giving the Brooklyn Nets a list of teams he would like to be potentially traded to at a time where the Nets are at a crossroads. Let's be honest here. There's two routes they could take. One is where they get rid of both Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving. Kyrie has an option to opt out of this year. Kevin Durant still has a few years left, but they have an option to trade both of them or keep them both and try to make things work. It's the only two. There's no middle ground. You're not keeping one without the other. Like, if Kyrie Irving leaves, Kevin Durant is, for all intents and purposes, gone. He's going to request a trade because he's not going to be in that situation in Brooklyn by himself. That's not what Kevin Durant's going to do. We know that. He's talked about it. So that's where that is. Now, where this Damian Lillard story comes in is very interesting because Damian Lillard on his IG story posted this picture. As you can see, it is a Photoshop picture of Kevin Durant wearing a Portland Trailblazers jersey. He posted this on his IG story. This has caused many to speculate that Damian Lillard and Kevin Durant, they teaming up. Is it over for Kyrie and KD in Brooklyn? Is that relationship over? We don't know. But one thing we do know is that this is, at the bare minimum, the best level of trolling by Damian Lillard against NBA fans. Because there's talk, obviously, of Damian Lillard being a guy who might be on the trade block as well. But he might be able to save that. And I don't know. Here's the thing. I mean, we can talk about whether Damian Lillard and KD together would be a great fit, right? Because they're both premier athletes, premier stars in this league. Together, could they win a ring? I think they make the Portland Trailblazers immediately way more in the contention of winning a ring than they would be. The two questions that arise are, and these are very critical, what do you have to give up to get them? And secondly, more importantly, does Kevin Durant want to go to Portland? Because at the end of the day, if Kevin Durant doesn't want to go somewhere, granted, he still has 3 years left on his deal, and he's given some of the other stars who've made moves and who have been traded, who haven't, he is not as in a good position contractually speaking as other players have been. He's still Kevin Durant, though, and he can basically dictate where he wants to go. That's the reality of the NBA that we're in right now. But if you're the Portland Trailblazers, you're not without options. You have trade pieces that you can use. You could, and it would be hard pressed, right? I would be hard pressed to think that someone like a Yusuf Nurkic would not be a premier part of this deal. He is, I think, outside of Dame, probably the best player on that team right now. You would also be hard pressed I would also be hard pressed to think that there would not be potentially draft picks. Shaedon Sharpe, also the rookie they just drafted out of Kentucky. I don't think if they're really gonna make a run at KD, they got to make a run at KD. Because to be honest, outside of that, you're trading Dame away. So for the Brooklyn Nets, they're going to be in a situation where they're going to have to trade both their stars away. For Portland, if they don't get KD or if they don't get another guy with Damian Lillard, they're going to end up having to trade Damian Lillard away and starting to rebuild as well and be in that same boat. But I mean, look, Dave, I don't know what the tampering thing is going to be. I don't know if the league's going to they're probably going to fine him from tampering or something. I don't know. There's always something to be fined in these big major sports leagues, but one thing's for sure, Kevin Durant and Damian Lillard on the same team would be a force to be reckoned with. I think they'd be better than Kyrie and KD, to be honest with you. I just think Damian Lillard has that extra gear that not many players do. He has, and we don't see it that much because he's in Portland. Let's be honest here. We don't see it that much because he's in Portland. And you want to make Portland relevant again. Getting KD would be a big time start to making that happen. Y'all let me know what you guys think, though, in the chat. Is this possible? Am I capping? Is Damian Lillard the king of trolls? Let me know in the comment section below. Hit that like button, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you get notified whenever a new video is released.